Shalom, Israel. Commander General Yahanna has done it again, presenting the I.S.U.P.K annual Harlem headquarters cookout. This is a free event. That's right, a free event, hosted by Commander General Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K, August 31st at Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. That's Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. This is a Black, Latino, Native thing only. Also, at 3 o'clock, there will be a breakdance battle hosted by I.S.U.P.K, featuring the Street Master crew. Come out there and see the real breakdancing, not that stuff that they did in Australia. Get with your local camp leader for more information. See you there. Shalom.
Throw your fist up, tell them what's your name. What's your name? What's your name? And they can't do shit at all. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel your toe, man? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread 11 bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day. Holiday, hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel your toe, man? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread 11 bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day. No sweat, got a head start on you. Waking up a priest feeling royal. Shouting out and down to the power. Our Father, good God, just a sight to make a hater blood boil. The real wanna know you. Sisters get different that never considered submitting, they can feel it. Look how I'm different, only rolling up, sitting on high, too fly, no sign, the dry swishing eye, nigga. My spirit's like the most high living. Catch me with the Ottawa sipping. You ain't no pricing out from the same tribe. We kin up on my father's side, look how we resemble. He a nigga, I'm a nigga, all my niggas Latino, Native, Indian. All black party, he ain't getting it. Spirit ridiculous. God washed our city, anointed us from the beginning. Wrapped us in linen, silk bracelets, ornaments, earrings that bling on our women. Black ornaments and a chain that swing from my neck. Big jewels in the crowns of the head of a bunch of mighty men. Though we all one body, my brother never go without it. If I got it, he got it, we got it together. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you step, who you threaten. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel your toe, man? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread 11 bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day. No tries and rise, the most high behind us. So it don't matter if we not desired. You cowards be quiet in the midst of a prince. Stand clear in your fears, contagious like bravery on these austere men over here, like Christ showing militants. Other camps effeminate, scared to fight demons like addicts having habits. Flaggers lying down instead of fighting on the savage. Shalom might Hebrew individualites, but they think they all follow Christ and got saved some way. Maybe one day you'll see just how it feels, making 144 in my ears as I'm steering. To get daring, had no fear, man. Chatting out the side, he called me the wheel, man. Every day my zeal been up and it's stuck like my garment. I.S.U.P.K, what they call me. I be like, card on the wall and I'm on it. Just give me the order so I know what the Lord wants. Meanwhile, I take a straw drink with strawberry orange. All the warrior, be on the jacket and the floor thing. This the reunion the Lord made. Get your kitchen ribs up, throw your fist up. Tell them what's your name. What's your name? What's your name? And they can't do shit at all. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Hanging out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Hands over like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel your toe, man? It's a high holy day. The dedications for real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread unleavened bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day.
You see these high holy days, black man, Latino, and indigenous. These are the Lord's high holy days. These are your high holy days that you should be celebrating. Not Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, Mama's days, whatever white man days that he said you should celebrate. That has nothing to do with us. But these high holy days that are in the scriptures, those are the days that you should celebrate. Black man, Latino, and indigenous, you are God's chosen people. You keep these high holy days.
Shalom, Israel. Commander Yahanna has done it again, presenting the I.S.U.P.K annual Harlem headquarters cookout. This is a free event. That's right, a free event, hosted by Commander Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K, August 31st at Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. That's Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. This is a Black Latino Native thing only. Also, at 3 o'clock, there will be a breakdance battle hosted by I.S.U.P.K, featuring the Street Master crew. Come out there and see the real breakdancing, not that stuff that they did in Australia. Get with your local camp leader for more information. See you there. Shalom.
Throw your fist up, tell them what's your name. What's your name? What's your name? And they can't do shit at all. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Pagan, not idolatry. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Passover like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel the atonement? It's a high holy day. The dedications, my real sisters glad to have you. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread unleavened bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day.
Copy that. Hey, I just sent you something. You should accept it on your phone. Nah, it's on. I'm looking at you. Yeah.
There's context. Should have popped up. I ain't getting it yet.
Let's do it one more again.
B with the light.
What's that?
B with the light.
This is yeah. Only one in the room.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay. Well, hold on. What's going on?
That's it.
All right, man. All right, you got something going. I don't know what you got going on. Will. Yeah, some. All right, okay. All right. Shalom, DC. With Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, saw at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. And truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews according to the Bible, and the white man's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. We're not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not in the Commander Yahanna, it's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? What we're talking about is how the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? And how, in particular, white supremacy is in the highest office. White supremacy is in the highest office. You know what I'm saying? And he's using all of his powers in order to oppress so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't see the Native Indians plight in our face right now, that should tell you one thing right there. You know what I'm saying? That should tell you one thing right there. If you go to Japan and you don't see the Japanese, it's a problem, right? If you go to Norway and don't see Norwegians, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go all over the country, you go all over France and don't see the French. That's a problem. How is it that you can go all over the United States of America and not see Native Indians? Or not even know that you ran into a Native Indian?
Right.
Why? Because the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And the people who are in office, you know what I'm saying, they got in the office oppressing us.
Right.
They got their millions oppressing us.
Right.
They got their power and authority from oppressing us.
Right.
And the more we know, the better it is for us. How is it the better it is for us? Because men and women in here, brothers and sisters in here, know that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And we have certain freedoms. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta kiki and caw with all these, you know, devils, these oppressors who really don't want nothing to do with us.
Right.
We're free. We can see that these cats are our enemies. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to, you know, pretend or code switch or anything or do any of that stuff, you know, for the oppressor. It's freeing knowing that they are our enemies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is so freeing to know that. And the more Trump, you know what I'm saying, the more this administration shows their true colors, the freer we get. Then we will know we all we got. You know what I'm saying? What is CMB? We all we got? I take it back. We all we got. You know what I'm saying? According to the scripture, it says to gather ourselves together. Why? Because nobody wants us. Nobody wants us. If you got any questions online, go ahead and type it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We won't get to it. Lickety split. If you want to talk about it, there's a phone number, there's a phone line, and it's up. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? There is I don't know why this cat comes in every week. I don't know why he comes in every week. I saw he's like he said he's gonna come in every week to try and get us to stop. Man, nigga, don't you know we're fanatics? We're in a cult. You gonna try and get us to turn our backs on our God? You stinking African? Right. Are you serious? Right. Don't you know we're in a cult? Right. You trying to get us to turn our backs on our God? Right. It will never happen. Right. It will never happen.
Nope. That's right.
You have a better chance of having, you know, President, you know, this administration and all his goons getting them to turn their policy and love us.
Right.
You'll have a better chance of doing that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no sidebar. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and type it in the chat. If anyone has any questions in the room, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and raise your hand. August 11th, you know, Trump declared a state of emergency here in Washington, D.C. If you haven't noticed, the National Guard is here. You know what I'm saying? The National Guard is here, and they're preventing crime. They're preventing crime by staying on the National Mall. We all know what the National Mall is. That is where that's where the Smithsonian is. That is where, the monuments are. That is where there's a whole ton of people and even more whole ton of traffic. If anybody's ever been over there, you know what I'm saying, that is not where crime is committed. That is not where crime is being committed. One of the objects of crime, so I hear, is to commit the crime and get away. If anybody's ever driven around there during the daytime, you ain't driving away from nothing. You know what I'm saying? The roads will be clear if you can go above 25 miles an hour. That's when the roads are clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You could probably walk blocks and blocks faster than being in a car going that same distance. You're not getting away. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting away. So there is no reason why, National Guardsmen will be there at the mall. You know what I'm saying? Where the monuments is and where the Smithsonian museums are. Niggas don't even slack you. How many times have we been to museums? Only time really, in your adult life, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got small kids and you want to take them some. Even then, how many times you taking the small kids to the museum? We don't go to the museum. You know when they should have been there? When that devil shot up the the Holocaust Museum. That's when they should have been there. And that's when the crime is happening, when these devils, you know what I'm saying, go around and commit these vast acts of violence. And even then, I'm seeing how Trump is not even, really supporting the troops. What do I mean by that? If anybody's ever been in the military, and one of the things that you would like to do is to get deployed. You know what I'm saying? This would be a cushy job because all you're doing is rarely walking around the monuments. That's it. You're just walking around the monuments. You're staying in a fancy hotel in DC. You're getting police escorts throughout the city. I don't know if you ever seen the National Guard move. They move in, the convoys, and they have 4 or 5 police cars in the front, 4 or 5 police cars in the back, and they're, it's like the presidential motorcade is coming through. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice, cushy job. One of the benefits of getting deployed is getting some extra money. And do you know Trump? Do you know Trump is nah, I'm good. Matter of fact, let me show that. Yeah. Bubble Shaw. One of the things Trump does is one of the things you get from deploying is you get a little extra money. They call it like BAH. It's basic allowance for housing, right? So they get that. And here's what I didn't know. You get from what I understood, you get something if you are there for an extended period of time, you get something called cost of living allowance. And that's like a little bit higher, you know what I'm saying? That's what you stretch for, you know what I'm saying? You try and get that. So you get orders that specify this number of days and above, you would get those, you would get that, the water. And anything less, you would get a different type of thing. So what they get is BAH. And now what I understand is they got BH1 and BH2. BH1 is a higher amount, and the higher amount, is 30 if you're deployed for 30 days or more, right? So this bastard did? He deployed him for 29 days. This nigga deployed him for 29 days. And then from what I'm hearing is that they're going to extend it. You know what I'm saying? They plan to extend it. They always wanted to extend it and whatnot. So what they'll do is say your orders are done on the 30th day, and then on the 31st day, cut you some new orders. Yeah, you're like, yo, he's not even taking care of, the troops. It's diabolical. You know what I'm saying? That's diabolical. But that's Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau. And it doesn't, and the people out there, you know what I'm saying, they're not too happy about it. You know what I'm saying? But they did do it, and what they do is they transfer the control of Metro PD from the city to the federal, you know what I'm saying, the federal law enforcement. And as of right now, I believe, because they have a commissioner over Metro PD, right, over the law enforcement agencies here in DC. They took the control from her hands and put it in the hands of, I want to say, the FBI director. And apparently that's illegal. But you know what? He did it anyway. I seen a press conference where Trump wanted Trump wanted everybody to do something. I think it was like the gender bathroom. I don't know. He wanted this initiative to be done, and Maine in particular was like, no, we're not going to do it. It's like, well, we're going to hold your federal funds, right? And she was like, well, that's illegal. He was like, sue me. It's like, all right, I'll see you in court. So he just does stuff like, hey, you do what I tell you or else. And the or else, well, what he's telling them to do is not legal. And then he writes it in, these executive orders, making it legal. Even some of these things is not even legal, but he writes it into executive orders, and then in this particular case, they went to court, and the governor won. So they can't withhold federal funds from the state of Maine. That's crazy because of something that, and we're gonna read into some of the things that he had as well. You had some?
But was that about the transgender in sports?
I'm not sure. It has something to do with the LGBTQ people. I'm not sure which aspect of it was, but it has something to do with that. And he wanted his way, and then they was like, no, we're not going to do it. And he was like, well, I'm gonna withhold funds, right? Yeah. And withholding federal. Okay, so let's just say, well, no, we're gonna get into that when we get into this right over here. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you. No, we don't need to. Okay, Brock, if you could. Okay. I'm good, sir. The water, sir. Yeah, read what you got, Brock. Barbershop.
Right. All right, I got the New York Post. Politics. Trump signs orders cracking down on cashless bail, slapping federal charges on DC suspects.
Okay. That's the one I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the title of the article.
Hold on. All right. Well, yeah, that was another one I was going to get into. Hold on, because I have another article here for you. I want you to check out. I want you to read Barbershop. Let me send it to you. Man, I don't know what it is. I'm always getting slow signal. Is that happening for any of y'all?
A slow signal? Yeah, definitely. I ain't even know I had the flashlight. What? Like blinding.
Now, is it going to Brock, or I don't see the lightning up there?
Up there.
Send it anyway.
Life be life. And good night.
It says waiting.
Waiting on the door. That's what it should say.
Coming by pigeon.
Right? Yeah.
Pigeon.
There we go. All right. We're going to do it like this. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. See, why? They playing games.
Uh-huh.
All right. You should have it now.
Okay. This is from AP News. Loading up. This is from AP News. Politics. Trump embraces tough on crime mantra amid DC takeover as he and Democrats claim political wins.
DC takeover. Damn sure taking over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By force.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Like I said, they were on the 29-day orders. Let's see how long they stay here. We're halfway through these orders that they got deployed. But let's keep going.
President Donald Trump stood among several hundred law enforcement officers, National Guard troops, and federal agents at a I.S.U.P.K police operations center in one of Washington, D.C.'s most dangerous neighborhoods.
Now it shows a picture of where Trump was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And If you know where one of these most dangerous neighborhoods is, and the park police, it's right next door to the Nationals Park. It's across the street from Nationals Park. If you turn a corner and go down the main thorough through, you're gonna see the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? All those people that live in there are the aides for the people for Congress. You know, the Congress and the senators and all that stuff, and the congressmen and the senators, they live there in that area as well. So one of the most dangerous neighborhoods, nigga, you a liar, man. You a straight up liar. I'm not even from DC, and I see this and I recognize it. I recognize it. Y'all cats, man. And really right next door to this place is a big ass church. Down the block is like a community pool. If you know the area where I'm talking about, is right off of 295, coming off of 295, and then you exit 1A. You know what I'm saying? And then you stop right there. It's like two lights because it splits up and whatnot. Yeah, he was right there around the corner. As soon as you come off the highway, you make that left, that right. He's right there. These niggas are lying. Right. Most dangerous neighborhoods, you're a liar, man.
Right.
Let's keep going.
New York. President Donald Trump stood among several hundred law enforcement officers, National Guard troops, and federal agents at a U.S. Park Police Operations Center in one of Washington's most dangerous neighborhoods. As the cameras rolled, he offered a stark message about crime, an issue he's been hammering for decades, as he thanked them for their efforts.
Yes, he has been hammering, crime for decades, like accusing 4 innocent boys of something they did not do, taking out a full-page ad to have them murdered. Never apologized for it when it came out that they weren't the perpetrators. Never apologized for it. Never said, "Hey, I was wrong." Never said, "I jumped ahead of myself." You was a land developer. You was a businessman. You wasn't even a political person at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? You was nothing like that. And yet he came out and put a full-page ad saying these cats need to be put to death.
If I may, don't quote me, but I'm about 80% sure. I could have sworn during his presidency, rather than his first term or this term, that he actually came out on record and said that he does not apologize for that specific incident. He said he doesn't apologize for action. I can't remember his exact reason why, like you said, outside of it being the devil, of course. But he has said something along the lines of like he was not following procedure, or just more so he doesn't regret, I guess, his standpoint on the matter, big weight off of how things was being looked at before they were considered innocent. I want to say on record, he actually said like video or something. I recently just read something like that too.
So he's saying that at the time, essentially, that he thought that they were guilty, and now that it's come out that they weren't guilty, they had nothing to do with it. That he ain't sorry for that. That's the reason why oppressor cannot be in charge of anything. No sympathy or empathy for life. Even when they are wrong and found to be wrong, incorrect, they have no accountability of whatever they do. None whatsoever. And you have and he's a president. He's a president. And I'm willing to bet he had certain people, in his corner, lawyer types, saying, well, if you say you're sorry, you're opening yourself up to lawsuit. And that's one of the reasons why America hasn't officially apologized for slavery. They haven't even apologized for slavery. Like, the whole world knows that this kingdom has been wrong from the jump, and they won't even acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? The Americans did not put the Amalekites in concentration camps and put them in ovens. Yet they pay them reparations, billions of dollars, since what, the 50s. Billions of dollars since the 50s. And they can't afford 40 acres and a mule for us. You dead ass? They pay billions of dollars Just 1 year of their reparations, you know what I'm saying, could have went to, you know, 40 acres for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And you can't apologize for and they're apologizing for something that they didn't do. They didn't put them in concentration camps. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put them in ovens.
Right.
They didn't shave their heads off when they first got there and take out their gold fronts. You know what I'm saying? Their gold tooths. They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't put them in and give them a bar of soap and put them in showers and say, hey, you know, you stink. You're gonna have to take showers now. And then
you know you stink.
No, I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. Hey, they came there and because I've been there. I've been to Auschwitz. I don't know if you know. I've been there. And these bastards were so efficient. So efficient that they built a train line to go directly into the camps. And they picked out, you know, like some healthy ones, a handful of healthy ones throughout the whole train thing. Handful of healthy ones who would stay and basically work slave labor. I ain't even gonna say slave labor. Who basically worked, and the rest of them was like, all right, y'all go over there. They have pictures of them of a Nazi. You know, I don't even think I can say that on YouTube, but they have a picture of a soldier, a German soldier, just standing there, and he was like, all right, y'all go there, you go there, y'all go there, you go there, go there, go there, go there, and there is the gas chambers. And they as they're going over there, they shave them because they use their hair for something. I forget what it was. They use their hair for something. They tell them to put their luggage over here because they were traveling with a whole ton of valuables. So they told them to put their luggage over here. You know what I'm saying? Then they had a medical doctor who looked inside their mouth, make sure they had some teeth. And it was like, okay, you had like gold or silver teeth. It was like, go over there. Then they would extract them. And once they extract them, they put them over there. Dead ass. Then they was like, after they got everything that of value off of them, they had a man with a bar, you know, a ton of bars of soaps, and he was handing them out to them. It was like, here, take this and go downstairs. Take this and go downstairs. Take this and go down. And it was like you know how a cellar is under the house and whatnot. That's how it was. You just leave, you go down into there, and you go down into there, and it was like this big, you know, shower with a ton of, you know, shower heads on either side. And they would have them stripped. Actually, they would have them stripped before they would go down there because they may have valuables in their clothes. Right. So they had them stripped and give them a bar of soap. And it was, you know, co-ed, men and women, children, old and bucky naked, going down. And then they, boom. Once they got them all down, once they got them all down there, they locked the doors. One of them doors that had the spinning thing, so they couldn't get out. It was so bad that they had claw marks on the inside. Claw marks on the inside, yeah. So he told them to go down, and then it said that everybody's standing by the water, you know, waiting for the water to come out, and then, you know, gas will come out. And you know what? Be honest with you, the only reason why they had the gas there is because before that they were shooting them, and they were saying, well, we're wasting all our bullets on these people, so we're gonna have a more efficient way to, you know, of terminating them. You have to have a more efficient way of terminating them. They came up with the gas. America didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? America didn't do that. But yet somehow, some way, we come up with billions of dollars every single year to give to these Amalekites. When right now the roads in Maryland are bad. You know what I'm saying? I got some bad shocks because we giving, you know, the state of Israel billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Israel right now has free healthcare for their citizens. We can't have free healthcare because we're giving money to the Israelis. You know what I'm saying? People are going without just because they can't go and get healthcare, proper healthcare. And even when we do, I seen a clip. I seen Slack. You had some.
I was gonna say, not only with the billions of dollars, but they gave him a whole country.
Yeah, set them up. And what's crazy was they was considering putting them in like South America, like in Argentina. There was the people in the land. Why you consider any place else? Y'all a bunch of liars, man. You know what I'm saying? Liars. But I seen this clip where this dude got into a car accident and he was in the he went to the hospital and was like, hey man, I think I got a concussion because I was just in a car accident. The nurse called the cops on him saying he was drunk and belligerent. He was just sitting there. He was like, nah, I'm not drunk. I'm not belligerent. I'm just saying I need to be, evaluated. I need to be taken care of because, what I'm saying, I think I got a concussion. My head is spinning and everything. Well, she thinks you're drunk. Like, I'm not drunk. I haven't been drinking. So why are you even here? You know what I'm saying? So long story short, she was being very belligerent to him. The cop was being, it was two of them. One of the cops was being very, very belligerent to him as well. And they was like, hey, well, just take the test, the breathalyzer. And he was like, nah, I don't need to because I'm not drunk. I haven't been drinking. Going back and forth. And he was like, all right, well, if I take the test, will y'all leave? He was like, well, we're gonna leave because we're gonna take you away because you're drunk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be here. He took the test, it blew 0. He was like, as soon as it came up 0, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was just so disappointed. And then he showed the nurse, and then she was like, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. And then one of the cops was like, well, all right, that's it. We're done. Just go away. But the other dude was like, nah, it got to be something else. I'm like, yo, he said he got into a car accident. He hit his head, and he thinks he has a concussion. If anybody knows anybody who dealt with anybody who has a concussion, they're like loopy. You know what I'm saying? The symptoms are similar to being drunk. You know what I'm saying? But they're loopy because, you're not really all there because you hit your damn head. You know what I'm saying? You hit your head so hard that your brain moves. That's really what a concussion is. Your brain moves in a way that it's not supposed to move. So even when we do go and try and get, medical attention, we get medical attention from these devils. From these, not even these devils, these heathens as well. There's a whole ton of Africans in there that hate us. That hates America, Black Americans, that hates us. And they go on camera saying they hate us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a whole ton of other heathens that hate us. Why? Because they got their heads so far up the Esau's hind parts that they're going to say and do anything that they teach them, even though they see something different.
Right.
They're going off of what they're taught. You know what I'm saying? Or so America is this damn devil. The Bible speaks. America, yes, America.
Right.
It's a devil. You know what I'm saying? All these heathens, you know what I'm saying? They're on top of us and they're oppressing us as well. Mm-hmm. When Christ come back, all y'all are going in chains. All of y'all. Salaki, I went on a rant and we were talking about Donald Trump taking over. Let's keep reading that.
Another one.
Is there anything online?
No.
All right. Any comments or anything?
Timothy Boltic has said for hair for brushes. Derek Ali said the new thing is going on is the neo-Nazis all over the world. Mm-hmm. And this you have some check-ins that's in there as well.
And Most High in Christ. Also, anybody looking to get their names, go ahead and check in, sign in. Sign in, type it, click on that link that was in there in the beginning. All you gotta do is scroll up, click on that link and put your name in there. You know what I'm saying? Get credit for the class that you're attending. If you cannot physically be here, you know what I'm saying? This is the next best thing. Go ahead and type, click on that link and put your name in there. All right, let's keep reading.
Quote unquote, we're not playing games, he said. We're going, quote unquote, we're going to make it safe. We're going to make it safe, and we're going to then go on to other places.
See, yeah, they're going to make it safe, but right now DC's at a 30-year crime low. Before he sent the troops and before he sent the National Guard in. So what in the hell are you making safe? And how are you making the mall safe when there's no crime over there?
Right.
there is no crime over there.
Right.
you need to be, you know, outside the White House. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, there's crack in there. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, it's crackheads in there too.
Right.
Apparently,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And now there's sexual deviants and sexual molesters and whatnot, and pizza files and whatnot. They're in the White House right now, so they should be over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's up?
Timothy Bostick said they clarified Germans used the hair they collected for brushes. When you brought up.
Okay. Yeah. I know they use it for something.
Mm-hmm.
I know they use it for something. They shaved all their hair off. That's why if you see like old photos of that time and people in concentration camps, the men and the women, they didn't have any hair. They shaved it off as soon as they got there. Shaved it off. Boom, boom, boom. And there's even an exhibit there where that has the hair, like in this, it's like a half room. The hair is there. These cats, man, these devils. I'm not surprised because in slavery they made furniture out of us. They made furniture out of us. They took our skins and made furniture out of us, and belts and clothing items out of us. These devils, man, they got to go. And I'm not gonna do anything. Only thing I'm gonna do is stop smoking weed, stop whoring out my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Being a brother to my brothers, being a brother to my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Correcting my sisters. That's how I'm gonna get this white man out of the office. That's how I'm gonna get this white man onto the plantations. That's how I'm gonna get this white man to be out there in the sun picking that cotton. Even if we don't have no need for cotton, they're gonna pick 150 pounds a day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They're gonna pick it. Right? Hey. But let's keep going.
Right. The Republican president is proudly promoting the work of roughly 2,000 National Guard troops in the city, loaned by allied governors from at least 6 Republican-led states. They're in place to confront what Trump describes as an out-of-control crime wave in the Democratic-run city. Though violent crime in Washington, like dozens of cities led by Democrats, has been down significantly since the pandemic high.
Has been down. So just like you said, you know, we're doing it they're gonna be doing it in other places. I want to say that they just announced this past weekend that they're supposed to be sending more troops to like 12 different cities. 12 different cities, yeah. This is a test pilot. And according to them, they passed. So they're about to roll it out to 12 different cities. How much you willing to bet that all those cities that they're rolling out to is where niggas are? You know what I'm saying? It's heavy Latinos. You know what I'm saying? Is where heavy Native Americans are. I'm willing to bet. To bet it is.
Junior Jackson's in Chicago.
Yeah. They're gonna have a tough time. Right now, they're not armed. Here, I can't even say they're not armed. You don't see their weapons. I'm willing to bet at a moment's notice, if they need to, they can just go within walking distance and grab their arms, or it just might be concealed. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to bet that. I don't think they just fighting crime without a weapon. Really? Even the UK, they don't have firearms, but they damn sure have batons and mace and something. All I've seen them have outwardly is those flex cuffs. That's all I've seen. But I'm willing to bet they got something hidden somewhere.
Well, you don't need much beating up on the homeless.
Well, damn. Damn, them homeless is spicy, man. They've been on the streets for some time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, don't mess. Hey, there's something. That's one thing you really don't want to do, is mess with someone who really ain't got much to lose. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And then why? Why would you do that? Why would you mess with someone who doesn't have anything? You're just a bully, and it shows that you have no class. And you shouldn't be in power. You should absolutely not be in power. But the Most High is going to take you out. Like I said, I.S.U.P.K is not going to take you out. The Most High is going to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Drop that. Hold on, and then we'll talk about the next thing. Next thing I had was just today, around noon. Trump signed an executive order targeting cashless bails. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up, Baba Shaw.
Cashless bails?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I want to read that. Cashless bails. Because that's something that's really, really against the Constitution. But somehow, some way, you know what I'm saying? According to the Constitution, what does it say? You are what? Until what?
Innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent until proven guilty. So why are you in jail? Yeah. If you're in jail, and then they say, well, you can get out if you give us some money. You can get out of jail. Even if you're guilty, you can get out of jail if you give us some money. Does that say you're innocent and proven guilty? Nah, that's coercion. You got something, Barack?
This shows like you gotta make a clip out of that because that's just showing like America is like is this a greedy bastard? Like the scriptures say, like they speak with a forked tongue. You know what I mean? Like it just shows that that's what you're really about to greed. Like you said, if I can pay up out of it, what am I doing in prison? Some of these brothers and his brothers don't be getting they court jump until I forget what is the law, whether it be by state or federal charges, whatever the case may be, how long they can hold you in jail or whatever without a court date, without a set date. By the time you done messed around and got a date, you done already been in there for months. You done already been in there for some time. By the time you even get a court date, once again, you're not even been proven guilty. Yeah, I mean, but there's a benefit in financially wise of them keeping you locked up. There's a benefit in that. They're making money from that. Yeah, I mean, still on the back end. Meanwhile, you still locked down. Yeah, I mean, it's very hypocritical of the what it is that they laid out in policy to say, hey, this is where it is that we making it fair. Meanwhile, you are locked up. That's hypocritical as I don't know what.
Absolutely. Hold on, I had a video here. Maybe I can get it. Man, it's on a platform. What's that?
I said no airdrop.
Man, but it's on a platform I don't use, so I don't even know where I can get it. Hold on. God damn it. Saved it just for this. Now where? Okay, no, that's me. All right, go read what you got.
From the New York Post, Trump signs orders cracking down on cashless bail, slapping federal charges on DC suspects. President Trump signed executive orders Monday, pushing cities across the country to end cashless bail for criminal suspects, and instructing the DC U.S. Attorney's Office to bring federal charges against criminal defendants in the nation's capital whenever possible. The cashless bail order, first reported by the Post, Attorney General Pam Bondi 30 days to submit, quote unquote, a list of states and local jurisdictions that have substantially eliminated cash bail as a potential condition of pretrial release from custody for crimes that pose a clear threat to public safety and order, including offenses involving violent, sexual, or indecent acts, or burglary, looting, or vandalism.
So this is including it's not just all. You know what I'm saying? This is not so you could be jaywalking if you get arrested and put in jail and you have to face a judge or a magistrate or something like that, they can put you in jail. But all these things that they just talked about is including. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was a brother in New York. Oh man, what was the brother's name? What was the brother's name in New York? He was arrested for stealing a backpack and he was innocent. Spent like 3 years in jail. Spent like 3 years in jail for this crime. They did a documentary on it. Man, I can't believe I can't remember his name, but he spent 3 years in jail. It was like half of that time was in solitary confinement. Brother went crazy. Brother went crazy. I remember he was saying when he got out, Khalif Brada, yeah. Man, it was this part. It was this one part, and what's that? At age 16. Yeah, it was this one part in there when because he had got out. He was saying, he was in solitary confinement so long that he had to like he began talking to himself, and not just how you talk to yourself. You're like, man, I gotta get up early because I gotta go do this and I gotta do that. And how am I gonna get there? All right, should I take this right? It's like the self-talk and whatnot. Right. But he was saying he would have full-blown conversations where he's talking to himself out loud. You know what I'm saying? And then he would talk and then he would answer himself. And then he would talk and answer himself. He said he'd be on the train and he'd be doing this. And he doesn't really realize he's doing this until he like sees people like looking at him like, damn, this nigga crazy. And he's like, oh man, I got stopped, right? It's crazy. But it was this one part where, he had this trip planned where it was like to help people who had PTSD, kind of like get out of their environment and get with other people who had some type of trauma. And I think it was for like vets. So he was about to get into this program and then like go out and like do something. I think it was like go out and like be like a rancher or something like that for about a week. And he was really, really looking forward to it, right? And you could just see him, smiling and happy about it. And then they asked him about something, about like being in solitary confinement. It was something about in jail. And then like it was a cliche saying, I say you can see the light just go out in his eyes. I seen the light go out in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He was just like smiling. They went back to that dark place for him. And you just see the light just, and his whole aura, his whole attitude, his whole spirit just dropped and changed, man. They destroyed that brother for stealing a backpack. You know what I'm saying? For stealing the backpack. And he never did it. He never did it. And the reason why he was in jail for 3 years is crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, I mean, you can go and watch that documentary. I think it's on Netflix or somewhere on one of them streaming platforms. He got arrested because someone ID'd him, right? But he really didn't do it. And when they say somebody ID'd him, they said the dude like, it might be him, it might not, I'm not sure. So the cop, who was a black woman, arrested him and was like, well, case closed. You know what I'm saying? Case closed. So he had to go in front of a judge. The bail. This is how bad, bad we are. Bail was like something like $700. That's all they had to put up. Nobody in his family could afford the bail. So he sat in jail. When it came time for his moms to get the money up, and it came time for his mom to get the money up, he had a prior, and his prior was joyriding or Grand Theft Auto, which he was just stealing the car and just driving around. So when they seen that, it was like no bail. But he was like, man, I was innocent. He never did it. The person who said he got robbed, that Khalif Brada robbed him. He said, he left the country and the people who were the prosecutor was trying to get him in a court so he can testify, and they knew he wasn't there, but they just kept asking for continuance, and because it's like a backlog, a continuance would be 3, 4, 5 months. So when you go back to court, they're not there. We just need more time. All right, no problem. 3, 4, 5 months. And it went on and on and on for 3 years. For 3 years. Until one of the judges was like, well, hold on, when did this happen? And it was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, where's the person now? And it was like, well, we believe, they left the country. So there's nobody to press charges. Even though he, he's claiming it, and then they had evidence that it wasn't him. They had evidence that it wasn't him, but they have to go and do this whole investigation. They had to do their job, basically. And now this brother's destroyed. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the leader of that purple group. No, dead ass. He did something similar to this. He did something similar to this where he arrested someone, 2 people, and put them in jail, knowing that they didn't had anything to do with the crime. But this guy, Khalid Browder was in jail for 3 years. He went out of his mind because he was in solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? He had to fight the whole time because he wouldn't conform with the gangs that was in the prison. So he had to fight all, and then not only had to fight the inmates, he also had to fight the COs. So he was truly by himself in there. You know what I'm saying? And he just couldn't conquer the demons that overtook him while he was in prison. And one day he hung himself over bail. Now he could have been out living his life, even though this dark cloud was looming over his head, but he knew he was innocent. He could have been out living his life. And then once he came to court and it was like, well, the dude left the country. There's nobody to press charges. He would have went on about his business.
Right.
But now Trump signed an executive order saying, to get rid of cashless bail. To get rid of it. What does that mean? Well, we're going to read what does that mean. You have some?
Logging too. I saw a statistic online, 2 statistics, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
It was you was just bringing out the bail. It was saying about 400,000. Of course, we by the millions is locked up right now in America, black men, and it says approximately 400,000 people that are sitting in jail that have not been convicted yet. About 400,000 of them. It's about $9 billion of pretrial detainees. About $9 billion. That is from people who with bonds that have built up that brothers can't afford to pay, and it's about $9 billion out of the lump sum of that 400,000 that have not received because they can't pay their bail, is what the statistic is saying. And then the second statistic is saying out of the 400,000 that is sitting there that have not been convicted to be guilty or not guilty, and how it's losing $372 billion in earnings from them 400,000 that is approximately currently sitting in jail right now.
How much?
372 billion.
307. So the bail itself is 9 billion, but the people who are in jail because they can't pay the bail is making 300. What?
There's a total of $372 billion out of that 400,000 that they are not able to make, meaning that they were not in.
So the people who actually made bail and they're out. You talking about those people?
The people who did not make bail.
People who did not,
because they can't pay their bail.
If
they were out, those 400,000 that have not been convicted, there's $372 billion. That is the approximate estimate if they had been convicted or not convicted. So 372,000 meaning money that they could have had and been working for and making a living for themselves. These brothers that's locked down.
So you're saying that 372 billion is how much they would have earned if they was out?
Yes. And they're not capable of obtaining any of that $372 billion because rather they wrongfully convicted, haven't been tried to be proven innocent or guilty. It's 372 billion that is missed, and it's 9 billion that's totaled up about of how much out of those 400,000 that cannot. This 400,000 is all I can't pay the bail,
Mm-hmm.
and haven't been taken to trial yet either to be proven innocent or not. $9 billion currently right now.
I read a statistic that said, not a statistic. It was estimated to say each inmate was worth, it was 100. I think it was like 200. It was either 120 or $200,000. 120 or $200,000, and it was over a certain period of time. And they showed how many, and it was the ICE raids, showed how many people there. It was like 4 or 5 million. It was estimated to be like $4 or $5 million just from those ICE raids. The brother brought out in camp this weekend how there's a whole ton of Fortune 500 industries like Verizon and some other industries, titans, that make their money off of prison labor, slave labor. So when Trump is saying, cashless bail, lock them up, he's talking about creating a slave force. They're according to the 13th Amendment. If you're, convicted of a felon, you're supposed to be, you can't be put into slavery. And he's making it so that it doesn't matter if you're getting convicted or how long you get convicted, or even if you fight it and you win, you in jail for 6 months, 2 years. Khalif Browder was in jail for 3 years, and he didn't even fight. He even enter a not guilty plea. You understand? He didn't even enter a not guilty plea. All that. So when he wants to cashless bail, he just wants you to be in jail so that you can work. Get your black ass in that jail and on that field and work. You know what I'm saying? That's how the way he rolls. Let's keep reading.
Right. The order then directs cabinet secretaries and other agency heads to, quote, identify federal funds, including grants and contracts currently provided to cashless bail jurisdictions that may be suspended or terminated as inappropriate and consistent with applicable laws.
So they're saying if you do not do away with cashless bail, you will not get federal aid for natural disasters. You will not get federal aid for school programs, food programs. You will not get federal aid for your highways and your infrastructures if you do not do away with cashless bails, which only helps the prison industry complex. It's crazy. You want to know how crazy this is? It's so crazy that if this happened, if he had this, or if this was in effect in between 2023 and 2025, Trump would not be president. Why? Because he would be in jail. There's no way he could have ran for presidency. He would have to do a debate in prison in an orange jumper with DOC on the back. He was at this point in time, he hadn't gone to court yet. You know what I'm saying? It was still pending. So he was out on bail the whole time he was running for president. He didn't get convicted until he was president elect. Matter of fact, I may be wrong. Find me the date when President Trump was convicted of 34 felonies. Felony. He wasn't even supposed to be able to work at Burger King and McDonald's.
Right.
But he's a president of the United States of America, arguably the most powerful man in the world. When did he get convicted? What was the date he got convicted? Because according to his own policy, his own executive order, he shouldn't have even been able to run for president, because he would have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? Getting strip searched. You know what I'm saying? Getting bunk checked. Instead of his presidential picture and somebody, you know, I don't know if you know this, but in government agencies, you have to put up the president's picture, right, and then like maybe the vice president, and then like the head of that department, wherever you know you're working at, right? Someone should put up his mugshot. Just put up his mugshot. There's a picture of the president, right? Put up his mugshot.
Chat. I'll walk on y'all. Barack.
You had some?
I have that information.
All right. Well, when did this is when Trump was convicted of his 34 felonies?
Trump was convicted on all counts on May 30th, 2024, becoming the first U.S. president to be convicted of a felony.
Okay, so he was convicted before he was elected, because the election day was like November 11th or something like that, or November 30th. It might be. You got something?
It says Trump 2024 presidential election victory. He was sentenced to an unconditional discharge on January 10th, 2025.
Unconditional discharge. You got something, Brock?
Timothy Bostick has said he was convicted before being elected. His sentence was after the election.
Okay, his sentence was after the election. But even still, so it was May. I don't know if you noticed, but like the presidential election is 2 years. Another presidential election, but like the campaign for is 2 years prior to, you know, the November 30th or whatever date that you actually vote. So half that time, most of that time, he should have been, if he was, you know, if this was in effect back then, he should have been in prison.
Right.
He should have been in prison. And then he should have been still in prison because he hadn't received his sentence until after he got elected. This is, you can't make this stuff up, yo. You can't make this stuff up. Give me Isaiah 42 and 22. Give me Isaiah 42 and 22. He was, if he had his way, or if this executive order was in effect while he was running for president, he should have been locked up the whole entire time, all the way up until May of 2024, which would have given him, you know, about 5-6 months to campaign. But he was confounded. He was convicted, so he should have been sentenced. You know what I'm saying? He should have been sentenced. There is no way he should have been out to campaign and go and shake hands and kiss babies and whatnot. There should have been no way.
Right.
But yet now he wants to threaten states that he got that he benefited from. He wants to penalize states to do away with the thing that he benefited from. He's president because of this, because of the cashless bail. He was out doing his thing. He was allowed to fly up from Mar-a-Lago to New York to get his picture taken. You know what I'm saying? His mugshot taken, get his fingerprints in, get processed in, and then come right back out and go right back to Mar-a-Lago and plan for his presidency. He was allowed to do that. But a nigga who was wrongfully accused of something, you know what I'm saying, has to sit in jail forever.
Oh.
Put his ass in an orange jumpsuit and make him work. In the South, they make you pick cotton still. I don't know if you know this. They make you pick cotton still. It was this guy who I ain't gonna say he's a comedian. He's a social media influencer. He was saying about how when he got locked up, he was in somewhere in the South, maybe Mississippi or something like that, and that it was on a chain gang. They took everybody up and brought him out to the fields. And he from the city, and he was like, all right, now get to work. They was like, get to work. It was just something out of like life, you know what I'm saying? A nigga on a PW on a horse with a shotgun. And they say, get out and get to work. And everybody got out, got to work. He looked around like, man, you crazy. I ain't doing that. Like, I ain't going to tell you again. get to picking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I ain't doing that. I was like, all right, no problem. Put him back in. He was like, they put him back in the truck, and it was like it was dead in the sun. It was in the sun, no AC, no nothing. And he said the sun, it was like kind of like a reflective thing, and he just, you know, burned up all day. Just burned up all day. He was like, it was even hotter just sitting in that truck than it was to be outside, you know, doing whatever it is they told him to do. And he said that happened for 2 days. And he was like, the third day, he was like, man, all right, where I gotta go? Where I gotta go? They still pick cotton in the South. Send his orange ass back down there. Send his orange ass down there and let him get damn, what's the skin cancer? Not melatonin. Get skin cancer. Let him get skin cancer. You know what I'm saying? Let him burn up. Let him say, look, I picked some cotton. It's beautiful cotton. It's beautiful. Look at all the beautiful. I did this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can do that. His 80-year-old ass, you know, just have a, you know, stroke out in the middle of the goddamn field.
Right.
Why? Because he's a convicted felon. And he likes little girls, including his daughter. You a disgusting bastard. You were, the way he talks about his own daughter, being friends with the known pedophile. Like, okay, so whenever, even out in the world, we knew how the way people were. You know what I'm saying? Even if things aren't like ultra public, you knew how, man, this dude he kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? He off that stuff. He kind of crazy. I ain't gonna mess with him. I'm gonna stay over here. Hey, yeah, what's up? All right, whatever. And I'm just staying over here. Or this dude, he likes, you know, he's into, you know, hitting women. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no pictures with I'm staying away from him. This dude's a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just know things about people. You know what I'm saying? Especially around us, is not much. They're like, man, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I couldn't believe he did that. I couldn't believe she did that. We know, you know what I'm saying? So when these oppressors do these things, they know about it. And when they invite you to a private island and you go multiple times and you're out partying with them and saying how a 14-year-old girl is so beautiful, and man, nigga, what? You had something, Barack?
I had saw when you was going into the wrongful convictions and just how you're sitting there innocent and you know, you don't have the bill, so you just gotta sit there. Before I even say, I was about to say you would have to be in those shoes to even understand, or have to just even have a heart to understand it. While you're sitting there, it isn't just you losing time. You know what I mean? Like you're in detention or something. Yeah, I mean, you fall behind on your bills, the kids suffer, you know, the actual impact that has, and also at the same time, the fact that you're innocent, all of that, how it weighs on a brother. It's like how we brought out that 16-year-old. But I also have this right here that says Black individuals make up, you know, 13.6% of U.S. population. But according to statistics, we account for over 50% of exonerations, saying this: when it comes to murder convictions, innocent Black defendants that have been proven innocent now are 7.5 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted than white counterparts. For drug crimes and Trump trying to, you know, lower crime in DC, we are 19 times more likely to be wrongfully
19%?
19 times.
19 times. That's a big difference.
Yep.
Not just a fraction, but multiple. 19 times more what?
More likely to be convicted, and on drug crimes, on murder crimes, 7.5 times more likely, and on serious crimes outside of those two, 7 times more likely to be convicted. Once again, we only make up 13% of the population, and we are 50% account for, meaning it has already happened, proven guilt, innocent already. We're 50% of exonerations.
And that's just
only 13% of the population.
And so only 13% of the population. We make up more of the prison population, but over half of us, you know, get exonerated because we're innocent. get exonerated because we didn't do the thing that they accused us of doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And even the type of crimes, you know, that we commit, I'm not saying is right, but it's a crime of, hey, I'm trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feed my family. There are better ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? But the things that even the things that we do, it's more of, hey, I'm just trying to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to live. When I was in Esau's military, I was after Esau's military, I was slaving with the dude who we was both in the same branch, and he was telling me he worked in like the legal department, and he was saying he saw all the legal issues that come up. You know what I'm saying? And he would say, you know, the younger enlisted, we would get in trouble. Particularly us, we would get in trouble for being late.
Mm-hmm.
Being late, maybe underage drinking. If we go on leave, we'll take an extra day or two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be stuff like that. And then like the upper enlisted, which is like 95% of the, you know, is either Edomites or the Moabites or something like that. And they would get in some pretty serious crime. They'll commit some pretty serious crimes. It'd be like, you know, child molestation, you know what I'm saying, child porn, you know, all that type of stuff, you know, rape and stuff like that. But the things that we would do, selling drugs as well, you know what I'm saying, the low enlisted, it would be stuff like that, where it goes back to showing you, you know what I'm saying, the things that we were convicted of was, you know, like is I'm not saying or you know, watching over the things that we do, things that they got convicted of, they were innocent. Number one, they was innocent. Just because a black man is you know, in a neighborhood or in the vicinity of doing things like that doesn't mean that they're actually doing it. That goes to show you. And Commander General Yahanna has always you know, told us this or taught us this, that hey man, get away from people in that type of life. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we say shed yourself of the world. Shed yourself of the people of the world that you know, the old man that used to, you know what I'm saying, just hang around the you know, the dope boys, you know what I'm saying, hang around the, you know, the drunkards. It's only something's gonna pop off, you know what I'm saying? And if you're in that vicinity, you would be included in that thing. Let me tell you a story real quick. I remember it was this dude at the barbershop was telling me that it was this one kid who would always come to the barbershop, and he was like a neighborhood kid, and he was like you know, good basketball player, right? And he would always come in, you know, hang out for a little bit, and then you know, go home and whatnot. The dope boys would say, hey, you know, we can give you a ride. You know, you come around our way, we give you a ride, no sweat. And he was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Come back a few days later, you know, hang out, chill out. All right, I'm about to go. You know, we can give you a ride. Nah, I'm good. One day, and this happened, you know, for a whole ton of time. You know what I'm saying? One day he came through, it was raining. He was like, I'm about to be out. He was like, you know, we can give you a ride. You know, we going the same way. He was like, you know, it's raining. Let me go. I'm gonna go with you, right? He went in there, got in the car. This time they got pulled over. For whatever reason, they got pulled over. They got pulled over, found a gun in the car, right? Found a gun in the car. There's 4 people in there. 4 people in there. They asked, whose gun is it? No one's talking. All of them get 10 years. All of them get 10 years for this gun. That goes to show you, you know what I'm saying? Just even if you this brother was innocent. This brother was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes to show you 2 things. Number one, don't hang around with people, you know, with I ain't gonna say the wrong crowd, but don't hang around with people who don't have your best interest in there. You know what I'm saying? All the 3 of them knew he was not in that life. They could have all said, hey, it may be one of ours, but it damn sure ain't his. You know what I'm saying? It damn sure they could have said that and let this boy go. He ain't had nothing to do with nothing. And as much as the cops knew who they were, they knew who he was too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They knew who he was too. They could have let all of them, the whole party could let him go. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew he wasn't in that life. It goes to show you don't hang around that type of, you know, people who don't have your best interests at heart and mind. Why, you know what I'm saying? Why be around them? That's one. And two is white man's the devil. Forgot what I was gonna say, but that's always true. that's always true. White man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. But he had nothing to do with nothing. Don't, you know what I'm saying, associate yourself with people who just do not have your best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Who would turn on you in the drop of a dime. And for them not saying anything, they turn on them. You know, you're saying everybody kept their mouth shut. Nah, man. They knew he ain't had nothing to do with this. Exactly. No brotherhood. No brotherhood. They knew he ain't have nothing to do with this, and he went down for it. And he couldn't say, nah, it's not mine, it's his, because he didn't know it was even in there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know it was in there. So even if he had the opportunity to do it, he couldn't do it. He was totally in the dark. That's a crazy story, huh? Man, 10 years. No, I take that back. I think it was maybe 5 years. But either way. And then brother brought out 50% exonerated. Yo, how are these people who are convicting, you know, not just convicting, but prosecuting, arresting, collecting evidence and all that stuff? How do they still have a job? How are they still able to continue to do the things that they did? You know what I'm saying? There was a few years ago, it was more than a few years now. There's a whole documentary about somebody who was accused of doing something, and then he got released or something like that. He got released, but it was a whole documentary. But it was a white boy. You know what I'm saying? It was To Catch a Killer. I think it was To Catch a Killer. You remember that on Netflix? Back in like 2010, some dude from Wisconsin talk like this, don't you know? You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was crazy. And the dude got out. You think they're doing that for us? You know what I'm saying? And according to the stats, you know what I'm saying, we're the most convicted and the most exonerated. Most convicted and most exonerated for bogus charges. Bogus charges. Any more on that? Matter of fact, no, give me the scripture. Slack. Oh, damn. It's past the time. Why?
You know.
Let's get the scripture real quick.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. Right? They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
So we are robbed and spoiled. Spoiled means they've taken something from us.
Right.
That's what spoil means. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're snared in holes. They tell us, hey, man, all you got to do is say you did this, and you're not going to get 25 years. You're only going to get 10 to 15,
right,
even though you ain't do nothing. And if you admit to it, you know, cop to it, to take that lesser charge, you can't appeal. So you doing that whole time. You're doing that whole time. They caught in snare. We're caught in snares and put in a hole. And that's why Khalid Brado was like, nah, nigga, I ain't do nothing. I may have stolen that car and enjoyed riding, but this I didn't do.
Right.
I did not do this. You know what I'm saying? And like that is crazy because he copped to the charge that's more, has more time and has more weight to it, but still in the backpack, there's little to no weight to it. You know what I'm saying? Why would you cop to something that you know that's heavy, then not cop to something that's light? We're caught in snares. You had something, Barack?
You know, half the brothers can't afford no lawyer. And you know we can't afford no lawyers. So we giving, you know, some knockoff, whatever, to try to stand up for us. It's a dead end road at every corner.
And they work for the state.
Yeah.
They work for the state, who don't know your name, who doesn't have your best interest in heart and mind. What I just say? Don't hang around with people who don't have your best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These public defenders, you know what I'm saying, they don't have your best interest in you. And they work for the state, who's trying to put you away.
Right.
No matter what they say, oh, I'm here to defend you. Nah, nigga, you work for them. You don't have my best interest in heart. It's like we're caught in snares. Keep going.
And they are hid in prison houses.
And we're in prison houses. That's where we is. Keep going.
They are all for prey.
We're for prey. That means they're lurking for us. They're hunting for us. We're their plaything, and we're only here to sharpen their talents. Keep going.
And none delivered.
And no one can get us up out of this mess.
Right.
Nobody can get us out of this mess. These and the people who get exonerated, you know how long it takes for us to get exonerated?
Right.
This is not an overnight thing. It's not you watch a TV movie or something like that where it's over in 2 hours. This takes decades sometimes. Years off your life. Hurricane Carter, it took what, 30 years, something like that?
Yeah.
Decades. I seen this one dude who was convicted of something he didn't do. And he was in jail for like 25 years. He was like saying he was mad he was like, I was mad all throughout the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And then I kind of like came to terms with it, you know, in the 2000s or something like that. He was talking in decades. You know what I'm saying? He was happy when he got out, and this is how long ago it was. He was, man, I got me a phone, you know what I'm saying? He put out a flip phone. He didn't have that technology. He had a flip phone. He was happy with the flip phone. You know what I'm saying? These people don't have our best interests at heart. They are the ones who and no one can deliver us. Keep going.
For spoil. None saith restore.
And none saith restore. You know what I'm saying? They take our youth. You know what I'm saying? They take our energy. They take our minds. They take our ability to make money. I seen another one where this brother was convicted when he was like 18, 19 or something like that. He was like, man, I never knew a woman. He got out when he was, you know, in his 50s or something like that. He was like, I never knew a woman. You know what I'm saying? He was and he was like, man, I can't smile. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy. I don't know how to operate in this life. You know what I'm saying? And they took that, they take that from us. Can you just imagine? Just imagine that. Simple things that we take for granted, that these bastards strip from us. Absolutely strip from us. And half that time, you know what I'm saying? And part of that process, Trump is doing away with it. Constitutionally, it says I'm innocent until proven guilty. You have to prove that I did this thing to lock me up. But Trump was like, I don't give a goddamn. Lock his ass up. That's how he felt about the Central Park 5. Paid his own money and put out a full-page ad in the New York Times, one of the largest newspapers in New York at the time, and still currently. Took out his own money to advocate, not for just putting them in jail, but for taking their lives.
Right.
And now he's in a position to do exactly that. He has no heart. He has no empathy. He has no sympathy. He should not be in charge. He is not a leader. He's not in the kingdom. If he survives, he's not going to be the leader of nothing. He's not going to be the leader of nothing. Matter of fact, man, he's going to be the leader of that chain gang. He's going to tell all his fellow PWs, "Come on, let's get off that truck. We got fields to plow. We got cottons to pick." And I'm gonna make sure they talks like that too.
Right.
They ain't gonna be talking like, "Kind sir, can we pick this cotton now?" No. Nigga, who you talking to?
Right.
Yes, the boss. Can we please pick the cotton? You see how funny these crackers talk? Yeah, you got something? It's like it.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be funny to see him without that come over.
Oh man. Oh man, you see his mother? Oh, he got his head for his. He get it from his mama. He gets it from anything else. You got anything on online?
All
right, with that, pass the guys over to Priest and Officer Barack. Just to let you know, I didn't get all my scriptures.
Right.
I only got one of them.
That happens. Security announcements. We had the I.S.U.P.K at 1 West, 125th Street of Harlem, New York, under Commander Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find us in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you get to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, pre-roll for a priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation. We had memorial blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month. That is Sunday, September 21st of this year. You can find us in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Also, we do have the cookout. The New York cookout is going down this weekend. This weekend, you want to make it down there. It's going down at Thomas Jefferson Park out there in New York. You understand? This is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Want to come down, man, get some food, get some grub. It's a whole skate, and not skate, a whole dance thing that's going down. B-boys, break dancing that's going down at the cookout. A whole lot of events, a whole lot of things to see. You understand? And this is just for us to enjoy and to dwell amongst one another. All right, that's going down this weekend. The actual cookout is Sunday. You can find the itinerary. You can go to I.S.U.P.K New York. You can go to our website, ISUPK.com. You're going to see a lot of these things. Also, tonight, you had Commander Yahanna going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Real General Yahanna channel. You want to check it out, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anything else you'd like to add on that?
Nah.
Remind Akim and Agwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and a scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Rock. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Gracias.
Play the cookout.
Shalom, Israel. Commander General Yahanna has done it again. Presenting the I.S.U.P.K annual Harlem headquarters cookout. This is a free event. That's right, a free event. Hosted by Commander General Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K. August 31st at Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. That's Thomas Jefferson Park, 2180 First Ave, New York, New York. This is a Black Latino Native thing only. Also, at 3 o'clock, there will be a breakdance battle hosted by I.S.U.P.K, featuring the Street Master crew. Come out there and see the real breakdancing, not that stuff that they did in Australia. Get with your local camp leader for more information. See you there. Shalom.
Put your fist up, tell them what's your name. What's your name? What's your name? And they can't do shit at all. It's a high holy day, no holiday. Paying out Dollar Tree. Watch how we fall away. It's a high holy day. Passover like trumpets is blowing. Can you feel the atonement? It's a high holy day. The dedications, but real sisters glad to have it. We feasting tabernacle. It's a high holy day. First fruits to spread, 11 bread, and day to rest our head. It's a high holy day.